I don't like doing camera stuff, so I sometimes.
Okay, you can hear me now. What's up, everybody? Just thought I'd do a stream after this debate. I thought it was pretty good. Trump did a really good job. He made a ton of good points, which I'd like to go over here. We're going to go straight to my Discord server, Drone Tech Politics Community Discord server. I welcome you all to join us. If you want, we'll be putting links in the chat so that you all can join us if you like. We have a nice diverse group here to comment on the debate that we just watched. So welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and move into that. Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong screen. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and unmute my crew here. Guys, hello. I'm bringing you all in right now. It is live. Thank you all for coming. We just got done watching the debate, which was, I think, all right, so maybe we all had low expectations, right? But
yeah,
even with that, even accounting for that, I think Trump did a pretty good job. What do y'all think? One by one, please. Starting with you, Aaron. Go ahead.
I would say he did well, and I also will give credit. I didn't think she was completely fair, but I thought the moderator did a better job than I expected. So props to her for Everybody behaved well.
Yeah, it seemed like they set her up for more success than they did Wallace, because with Wallace, I mean, it turned into him and Trump debating one another, yes, but there wasn't as much control this time around. You know, with the threat of muting, it seemed like they were kind of minding their P's and Q's more. So it's I don't necessarily like the idea of the mics, but it was like that was looming there, so they knew
Trump
they had
a little bit.
A lot less Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Right, and you know what?
Yeah,
Trump
I
was
think
way
with
better
what happened
when
with
he
the controversy of when she was announced, and everyone picking over the fact that she was a Democrat establishment crony, basically, as well as the idea of putting the mute buttons on. She had to be on her best regard, because then they would all just blame the commentator, like they have done these past few times with the town halls and the debates. As well as I do think that the mute button made Trump have to like actually calm down, simmer down, think through what his rebuttal was going to be, so he could actually pull it off a lot better, show himself to be much more calm, collective, and more presidential, which is his number one critique from the left, is that he just looks like and acts like an asshole.
Well,
In this case,
what I thought was interesting, real quick, what I thought was interesting.
Donald Trump was actually much more calmer in the debate, than he was in the last one. He showed great amount of restraint in the last debate. So, I mean, in this debate, in the last debate. So, I think that Donald Trump has actually completely won this debate, because he stayed calm, but he also stayed assertive, firm, and he actually did the best he can to answer the question simply and in a common sense way.
Bricks, or Darth, all you guys, really. I mean, I think maybe somebody's got like wind coming through their mic. I'm not sure who that is, but I can hear it coming through.
My apologies.
You're good. I think maybe the inclusion of the muting made Trump, bring his game tighter in, and I think it helped him so much, because it's like he was more concerned with focus. It was almost like a real policy debate. I mean, I hate saying that about Trump.
So was it just the mic issue, though, or do you think he also might have gotten enough bad feedback from the first time that he thought I better at least reel it in a little?
Well, I think there was a part of that too, but he just he at least showed he can do it. I mean, it's not that it's funny. It's just that it's not that we don't think he can do it, but I think a lot of us that support Trump we realize that's not his style necessarily.
Yeah.
And so he shows he could do it. He was straight up going in a policy debate with Biden there and making some really good points.
Made him look dumb too. I mean, honestly, he was in office for 47 years, and why is it all of a sudden now he wants to do stuff?
I think you can use this as a textbook description of the word irony. The mute button was there to put him in check and to make Trump look like a jerk, so they would constantly mute the button on him, but it actually made him look better.
I wanna read some chat comments here real quick. Rowdy Carlton. Real quick, guys. Oh no, you guys are good. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
He seemed to have a lot more reserve than he usually does. Like that first debate, he was all over the place, and this time around, he was much more ready for it than I think a lot of people gave him credit or expected him to be.
Right. I think so. He does that a lot. I did want to read a few. Oh, good. I got some moderators here. Welcome, Modus. I did want to read a few chat things here. Tracy said Biden lied, and deflected. I agree. And you know what? It's so funny because he only gets away with it's so obvious, and it's like he only gets away with it because it's like he's playing with Trump's playing with a handicap, and Biden's got all this extra backing, because he knows the media is not going to call him on this stuff.
I like how Trump called out Biden at the towards the middle of the end. He was like, the only reason why I ran is because
that was good.
Because you guys did such a shit job. All right. So I really didn't need to, but because you guys did, I'm gonna run.
Right.
That was a solid kick in the hojos.
Yeah. He really didn't. Robert the Genius says, wouldn't be surprised if this debate was a tie. Trump still wins the election. I agree. Shifu RC said Trump was clearly coached to be passive. I agree, but I think it was a good look in general. In fact, there was a point when Biden said something like, "I can tell he's nervous," and Trump was like stoic as fuck. I mean, he was just like not at all nervous. Clearly, at least in my opinion.
Well, if you compare this one to last time, he got a lot of flack because he was so aggressive, and it just kind of looked like he was just beating the crap out of an old man. And this time, he actually he allowed Biden enough rope to hang himself with, and then once he stepped on the rake, he pointed it out and spotlighted it, and it was great.
Yeah. He beat an old man, but he did it in a much more highbrow manner. He didn't go low. They always talk about they go low, we go high, or whatever.
Yeah, when I actually
this time he went high.
Go ahead,
he
Darth.
beat him in the most nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw Trump debate, the way how Trump handled it was pretty, actually, much more better than he did in the last debate. He actually stayed firm, but he also stayed calm and he stayed assertive to make sure that he's being serious. He's serious. And every time Trump does a counterpoint, but all he does, Biden, is laugh. But Trump, he doesn't laugh or do the same thing, you know. He just actually, shows it, but he doesn't sound it out.
Sound
like,
a little robot-y, Darth.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on real quick. We also
Trump
have
doesn't do that. So to me, Biden.
The land down under is starting to fade on us.
We also have Base Welshman in the house. What's up, buddy? Are you still with us?
I think you just see the top of his head, though, right?
Yeah, he always looks like he's asleep in a club.
He looks like Van Damme. He looks like young Jean-Claude Van Damme. He does.
He looks like Claude Van Damme passed out in a club, though.
Yeah.
He's got the blue lights. He's kind of half asleep.
He looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer when his trainer gets him drunk in the bar to fight everybody.
Yeah. Drunken Van Damme.
So, Bricks, what'd you think, buddy?
Well, what I thought basically was
can't hear you, Bricks.
You can't.
I can. You gotta unmute him.
I can hear him fine.
Turn up your volume, Spade.
Or unmute him. He might
you gotta
be
mute
muted on
Bricks like that?
Right.
Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Basically, what I thought was that whenever Trump was really starting to make a really good point, she would cut in. She did it more than once, and it was running defense for Biden.
Shifu, thank you, man. That's very generous. Thank you.
So Biden will make a statement, and then she was like, "All right, Trump, you can go ahead and respond." So he'll respond, and he's making some good points. She'll cut him off, and then Biden will be like, "Well, I want to respond." She'll let Biden respond, no interruptions, nothing. Just let Biden talk, let Biden do his thing. That kept pissing me off to the point where I was yelling at the TV like, "Shut up! Let me hear what Trump is trying to say real quick."
Right.
So that part, I mean, actually, that was getting up under my skin.
Well, and so I want to get on to like actual questions that they were talking about, and only because it was, and not just because you're the only black guy here, Rick, but it's the most fresh thing in my mind right now.
She jumped in talking about the what was it, health?
Yeah, was she? Well, they were talking about the race stuff.
Me?
Or
I'm
no,
the only one.
check.
No, I'm saying like, can you guys hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
That's not
Coke and black.
I can hear you.
We're just picking on Bricks.
Okay. Well, no, I want your opinion. Like when they got onto the whole race topic,
Okay.
The other thing was the corona check where she jumped in and it was like, no, that's not his job. That's their job to pass that bill. You're sitting here trying to make it look like it's only all he's got to do is just write his little name across something.
Right. Yeah.
That's because Obama did.
Yeah,
Exactly. He wrote the most executive orders of pretty much any administration that we've ever had.
Right. But see, that's what I always talk about. I always tell people are, especially on Twitter, are like, oh, if we could just get Biden in there, everything will.
Like, all right, you need to recognize that's something that we need the rest of them to come on board with in order for that to pass.
Right. And I that's part of what's going on is that our media doesn't inform people as to what's actually going on, and people don't know. Like, there's no Schoolhouse Rock. People don't know how government actually works anymore, and there's no civics class. I don't even know if there's civics class. Hey, Shifu RC, thank you, buddy. Another $10 super chat. Thank you. But this is part of the real quick. This is part of the problem is that they don't tell people about these things, and then they don't know anything about it, and so then like you're dealing with like, what are you gonna do?
Hey, SJG.
Well, the way in relation to
SJG, what's up, buddy?
This hey mate.
Hey, real quick. I want to get on a solid topic here, real quick. They talked about many times systemic racism. And Joe Biden's like, oh, well, there's obviously brown and black people are being mistreated and they're being targeted. I'm sorry, this is not a fact at all. And look, I'm telling you, as a person who is not a racist, I love my black brothers, I love my brown brothers, I love us all, humanity. I do not hate anybody for their skin color.
Your sisters. I did not hear any
and their
sisters
sisters
in there.
You're included in that, brothers and sisters. But look,
do I look like I have tan skin?
Well,
do I look like I have tan skin?
My point is that they say these things as if they are undeniable fact, and they're just not. Especially when you're talking about police shootings and when they're black or white or whatever, there are all kinds of factors involved, but they just want to kind of blanket say that any kind of shooting of a black person is wrong. And I'm not, and here's the thing is that white people get shot too, but they don't even talk about that. They don't even talk about that. Right. Yeah. So they don't even talk about that. So we have to talk about it in those terms. So even that almost sounds like it's racist, right? But here's the thing is like, there are instances where police shoot people and it's unlawful and it was murder, but it's rare. And in most cases, there's details to it. Like, I'll give an example. Today, ABC News tweeted out that two black people have been shot in their car by police. Have you guys seen that? I don't really know what happened. Apparently that happened today, and they said they were unarmed. Two unarmed black people shot in their car by police. Well, I posted in that tweet, I'm like, guys, there's probably information here that they're not putting in. I'm just guessing.
There always is.
Well, guess what? I searched for like 2 minutes and found out that these people were wanted. They were pulled over. They ran, and they started trying to run over police. And then they were shot. But like none of that was in there.
Well, it's like when police do shoot somebody, sometimes they end up on trial for murder, as they should.
Well,
it's not like we don't have a justice system that also works to fix the problem. I mean, I think they do correct the problem, and body cams to me have helped enormously.
Yeah.
So it's not like we don't. It's not like we're not putting we're not. It's not like we don't have systems in place. Good systems that are getting better. I hate when they ignore that fact.
Hey, thanks, Gamerheart, again for that amazing, very generous super chat. Thank you.
Have to give him for that. In relation, like I've seen a report. You know that New York. I think that the Washington Post when they did that. I think it was the Washington Post or Boston something about that. You know how he paid only $750 in tax. Here's the thing. They didn't reveal the source, you know? They didn't reveal what that did. It's in a document. They said, oh, we don't want to compromise the source. You can't just censor out certain details, like the name of the person, and so it doesn't leave a paper trail of who that person is. And we can analyze what that document is. They don't want to release it because they know it's bullshit.
Real quick, SJG,
let's said that the source was their ass and that's where they pulled it from, it would carry no weight whatsoever.
Let's get back on the debate. I blame myself for that. I went way off track there, but SJG.
If I can because that moderator lady, I'm sorry, I can't think of her name. The race thing, she was baiting, and let me explain what I mean by that. When she asked President Trump, what do you say to families, black and brown, when they have to have the talk? The talk?
White folks don't have to talk with their kid?
Oh, thank you, Bricks. Thank you. I would love to talk about the talk. Yes.
Yeah, I knew what she meant, but I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't have no talk. I don't know what you're talking about.
I had the talk.
It's race. It's race baiting, and it's creating anger, division. Yeah. Like that question was to me completely out of line. Like,
right. And let me real quick.
the talk.
Right, and I'll kick it back to you, but I want to lay this out as where we're going with this chat right now, because I think that's a great point, and I'm glad you brought it up. That the talk, and she brought it up. Oh, all these black and brown people. So when she says that right off the bat, she's instilling like racial paranoia in people. White people are out to get you. They're out to get you, and then you're telling them that police are out to get them, and they're going to hurt them and murder them. You're basically instilling like this fight or flight instinct in the kids about police, and so that's why you're having all these black people fight police. Maybe that's the reason there's all these shootings, but no, that's not even considered. They just put it out there like that's the only possible thing that you could ever do. What do you think, Bricks? I mean, I was never given that talk. I just
it's fear mongering. That's all she was doing. Basically, it's implying, like you had mentioned earlier, it's implying that we're being murdered every single day by cops.
Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
I've
had it.
Yeah.
I've had it once, but it was just to say don't do something stupid.
Well, yeah, me too. All of us did that.
Enforcing that fear that doesn't exist, but we just got to keep throwing it out there. You tell the truth. I mean, you tell a lie enough times, it becomes true.
Yeah.
Right, but how insidious is that? I mean, really think about it.
Yeah.
How insidious.
Can I interject?
Yes, I want to hear from SJG. Thank you.
I had a talk. I was raised obviously white. I don't know if you could tell in a suburb out in the rural area. We had. Yeah, I did, Briggs. I know it's a shocker, but trust me, I won't make an inappropriate joke, but I could have right there. But but I had a talk from my dad, who told me, and I don't know if this is a talk she was referring to, but my dad taught me that, hey, when a cop pulls you over, it's yes sir, no sir, and you be respectful to them. And so maybe that's the talk all families, regardless of color, should be having with their kids is, hey, when a cop pulls you over, you be respectful and it's yes sir, no sir. And maybe we would see some different scenarios unfold if that's what was going on. And,
obviously. I mean, exactly. We were all told to respect police, and who in their right mind would fight police in the first place, right? Like, here's what I always say. It's like instead of stirring the pot, why are these people not telling black men, mostly because that's who this is mostly, why are they not telling black men or just people in general that if you are being arrested or detained, lawfully or not, just go with it, and then if it was unlawful and you have the evidence, you can sue. And so, and people do this every day.
And they get tons of money.
But the libertarian side of me,
they get tons of money. Yes,
tons.
Yeah,
buttloads of money.
And you know what? If everybody was doing this, I guarantee you the problem would fix itself.
But Jerome, you have to understand that of course they're not going to tell people to do that, especially in the black and brown community, because they need that fear to exist. You need a way to extract money, donation, something. So without a reason or a purpose, it all dries up.
And you know what? I'm not even saying that you cannot resist in some way, because if you're being unlawfully detained, and if you look into it and look in your rights, there are ways that you can. That if they're overstepping, you can protect yourself. And if they overstep that, guess what? You're going to be bringing in money. So just know your rights and you're good.
Yeah, but if you're in you can't.
That's the obvious.
I can't hear Bass Welshman. He's too low. Can you turn your volume up?
Well, I have experienced police before, and they were a lot good, But there was one thing that actually experienced. I was at a trial of a former Queensland police officer who actually exposed police misconduct when they actually arrested a Maori guy and they actually punched him numerous times, even though the Maori guy was proven to not resist it. And when and the problem was the upper command tried to cover it up, play it down, and they say that they did nothing wrong. So when the Queensland police officer exposed the footage to the media, they went after him. They suspended him without pay. They actually filed criminal charges against him, but in the end, he managed to get acquitted. That's the sort of thing that sometimes hammers giving people justice. So we can agree that that there are good police officers, but we also have to agree that there are police officers who can commit misconduct, but they can also get covered up by their mates because of that.
Yeah. I mean, there's always corrupt cops everywhere, man. I mean,
Reform, not defund.
I mean, there's always a bad apple in a bunch. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that's why I think that that's the problem, because there's a thing called the blue code of silence, in which they don't turn each other in case of misconduct, and when a police officer tries to fight the misconduct, they get sacked, they get actually harassed, they actually get retaliated against. So we also agree on good police officers, but there are also flaws in the process of handling bad cops as well.
Absolutely.
Real proven bad cops.
Yeah, and there is training that needs to be. Cops need more training. No doubt about it.
I think there's two things you should remember. One, cops are human beings and they have a terrible job and it's exhausting and they're miserable. And two, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos from like body cams, people, I would say more times than cops being bad, people are just horrible. And I mean,
if it weren't for people like that, we wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, and think about how many videos are out there where
you in your country can do that.
Yeah.
That's your liberty. That's the First Amendment.
Well, I'm not talking about that though. I'm talking about the body cams. The people who push body cams were like, "This is going to expose police." But the most of what I've seen exposed are people lying their asses off about police.
Exactly.
And lying about what actually happened. And to the point where you've had people from the civil liberties saying, well, body cams are a violation of people's privacy because it bit them in the butt a lot harder than they thought it was going to.
What it proved, it dropped complaints.
Yeah.
It made sure that the bad were straightened up by the.
But we need to have control on both sides, is what I'm saying. And we're kind of getting in the weeds and off topic here, but yeah.
Actually controlled a lot of the problem.
Yeah, but they don't control the people. The public, I love when people are like, I'm filming this. The cops like, yeah, I'm filming it too for my own protection. Because body cams protect cops.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but it protected both.
Yeah. You also filming the cops is gonna help you.
I never film the cops.
I mean, I got my whole family's cops, and I still do.
Look at the auditors.
We're kind of going off the debate. I'm sorry. I just
no, you guys are good. I wanted to open it up a little bit there for everybody. So I'm trying to think of other points of the debate. I meant to scroll through the chat to do that, but
I think for me, can we go over what we thought was Trump's biggest win? Because I thought the biggest wins were, I thought he nailed them on fracking and on the crime bill.
Oh, yeah.
Those were both those were good kill shots to me.
He should have got a kill shot. He should have got a kill shot on the Muslim ban, because he should have brought up that whole Muslim ban was Obama and Biden's Biden's.
Yeah, they picked
their list, and it wasn't a Muslim ban. It was a ban. There were major Muslim majority countries that were not part of it. So that's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
Rooster, what's up, buddy?
Like they should have brought that up.
What's up, Rooster?
Hey guys.
We can see him.
You joined us, man. Good to see you.
Propaganda. That's what I wanted to say. Propaganda. The media is more propaganda than they are in North Korea.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! It's gotten insane. It's gotten completely insane.
Our illustrious emperor over there could do nothing wrong, and to hear Leslie Stahl say, "Oh no, that's no, the laptop doesn't exist," and then I showed my son another a senator or somebody saying, no, the laptop has been unproven. That means nothing. Look up here. Nothing.
It's like so proven. What are you talking about? Like when people say that, it's like, God, the FBI's had it.
Well, and now there's Biden's partner that's rolling on them. The evidence is mounting.
The main point is the propaganda.
Yes,
that's the main point.
You got to break through it.
All the evidence.
Speaking of the left, it's actually an unrelated topic. Speaking of the left, it's unrelated. I do know in England that Lawrence Fox, he's actually a British actor who's actually become politically correct. He actually tweeted about something he didn't like, about this Black Lives Matter sort of thing, racism sort of thing.
Hey, Darth.
Like, he actually criticized them for that.
Hey, Darth.
Yeah?
I hate to cut you off there, dude. I hate to cut you off, but we have a new user here, the Engager of Idiots. He's a brand new user.
Oh, the Engager.
Yes. I don't know this guy, but I'll bring him in because he's brand new. What's up, buddy?
I'm new. I just be in other Discords. Just to, I be in more other debates. I guess more series type of TV series debates.
Yeah, this isn't serious debate. This is a bunch of drunk people bullshitting.
Oh, I've been a fan of Drone Tech for a while now. So, and the person who watched the debate, I just feel like drilled in more on Kamala's her policy. He did really good other than but he is Biden.
Hey, Engager.
For Biden.
Engager. We're having a hard time hearing you, bro.
Yeah, not real bad for me.
Yeah, your audio's cutting out really bad. Get closer to your router.
Your cell phone?
He's in a car. He's in a car.
Oh, you're in a car. Okay, I see.
I think he's on cellular.
Oh man,
yeah.
I
hear from you.
I feel bad. I want to hear what you say.
And no, we're not all drunk idiots. We're all drunk smart people.
It was self-deprecating humor, guys. I'm drinking.
As I was saying,
go ahead,
resuming what I said about Lawrence Fox, when he tweeted about something, criticizing them for their wokeness sort of thing, some public figure guy called him a racist, and do you know what Lawrence said back? He retorted back, a pedophile.
I'm surprised he wasn't a racist being in London over there. I was talking to my buddies in Discord 6 years ago, and I was telling them they're passing laws to where they're going to be arresting you for posting memes, and he didn't believe me. Laughed at me.
Do you know what the guy who said who got called back? And you know what the guy who's sorry? Do you know what the guy who said when he actually reacted when he got called back a pedophile because that guy called him a racist? He said, "Please take it down, or I'll threaten to sue you."
Or do we have somebody else new up there?
Yeah, Calvin.
Calvin, what's up, buddy? Welcome.
I'm just seeing the top of Caleb's head.
I was gonna say, but we're seeing the top
right now.
Yeah, we're just kind of spitballing here at this point.
And what happened to Roxy? She froze laughing.
Yeah, she froze.
So the UK.
Hey, do you guys think that I have a bit darker skin? A bit of that tan?
Yeah, I thought she was Mexican or something like that.
Yeah, I would get Maori or something like that.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. I used to work at a golf course, and man, I got so dark.
It's still frozen.
It's very frozen. It's a good frozen. You look terminally happy. You look really happy. You look really happy about Trump's performance in the debate tonight.
Yeah, it looks like her screen's frozen.
Roxy's just spinning for me. Yeah, she must have locked up.
It's all right.
But
it's okay.
There were, Biden had a couple weird freak out moments there. Do you guys think those will be big tomorrow? I feel like we're gonna have to go make those clips and start spreading them. There was one. Yeah, there was one when he said, "What?" I'm trying to remember. He spurred out at one point, and Trump was rolling his eyes.
See you later.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that, honestly.
Well, you'll see it some places, but not others.
You're gonna see? You're gonna see the low IQ comment taken out of context, and everybody's gonna be spewing shit about that.
I'm looking at how other people are saying it right now at the media, and
Yeah, that's what I should be doing.
They're not. They're not focusing on. They're focusing. Everybody's focusing on what they want to focus on. But the memes, I think, will be unkind to Biden.
Oh yeah.
Well, I when I was watching, I didn't see that many meme moments like last time. Like did you call me smart?
Yeah, it was much more. Yeah,
it was actually. That's what I was saying, Caleb. I was saying it was like an actual policy debate, which is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is broken.
I mean, I guess it was because of the new rules, and Trump didn't want his mic to be completely silent.
See, I thought he might play that up as a tactic, make them mute him, so that people be like, "Oh."
I feel like they never muted Biden ever.
They gave Biden a lot of the last point.
They did mute Trump.
Wait.
He was trying to pull the wrong. He was trying to pull the wrong thing that Trump did to Hillary a long time ago.
But tell me why some of the questions, like Biden got complete softballs. But Trump had to like follow up on everything. Like she'd be like, "Well, when's the virus coming? Who's making it?" Like stuff like that. It's like, are you working for him? Like,
yep.
Yes.
I mean,
the answer is yes.
Well,
Kristen Welker she was
her
doing
and
her
her
best.
family have donated tens of thousands of dollars.
What I believe is that Biden had he already knew what the questions were going to be.
Yeah.
There ain't no way his brain was functioning that fast where he was able just to answer questions. He already knew what questions were coming.
Yes.
But to be honest, I think that's the only way to keep it fair for him going against Trump, because Trump is
Hey, Roxy, what do you think?
There was a couple
Roxy,
times where you could
haven't
see
chimed in
him
at all.
looking down at his notes on the podium.
Yeah.
But didn't they both get the topics this time in advance? Because there was an argument over how much was going to foreign. They got not questions, but topics.
Well, Biden wanted to, I think, take the question off because he would have gotten roasted with the laptop. So, they wanted it gone.
Yeah, he was really tiptoeing around that shit. In a couple times, I almost felt like he was kind of being easy on Trump, hoping he wouldn't like bring it up or something. It was weird.
It was pretty funny when it was like, oh, now there's another Russia scandal. Okay, let's go over Russia again. Let's do it again.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point.
Let's go.
You know what? That's a great point because how long? No, honestly, that's a great point because that's insidious. That the idea that a political party could be backed so heavily by the media and they can just dismiss any criticism as Russian disinformation. Think about that. That's scary.
It is scary. Listen, the whole thing is that the magician that cuts the lady in half doesn't actually cut the lady in half. It's all the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we're watching is the show. Biden,
the girl said at the beginning.
Democrat
the show.
that goes to any debate already has the questions and they already have the answers. That's why he took so many days off to practice his answers for the questions that he knew was coming. They gave them to him because they're propaganda machine. That's all they are. You trust that they gave him the questions and let him come up with his own answers to come and do the debate. Trust that is the fact.
Is more comfortable lying.
Wait a minute. Gamer Hard, that is hilarious.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
I was looking at the baby. That is. Okay, that is
Snapchat filter. That's pretty funny too.
Is it? I just made that
That's
on
hilarious. I just saw that.
Do I what?
Do you believe that Biden came up with his own answers, or do you think that he got fed that by either his campaign or the DNC or whatever?
His campaign receives the questions that are going to be answered along with the topic, the questions as well.
But
every Democrat
has
received
with the answers is given a little bit too much credit.
And then he took a week break.
And then they took a week break to come up with what they're going to come up with, and he repeated the same thing again and again and again.
Yep.
They did it with Hillary Clinton. They obviously got caught with Hillary Clinton. They haven't got caught with Biden or anybody else. But believe that happens. The same.
Oh yeah.
Same as the same system that will come on TV and go to millions of people. We don't know what you're talking about. What is laptop?
Well, I mean,
that's an alien. That's an alien. That's
the news works so hard to instantly disprove it by
isn't that disturbing though? Like, here's the thing.
Intel commissions were like saying it's false.
Right, Calvin, and that's why I was trying to like point out to people. It was like, when do you ever see them doing this to the other side? It's always for one side. Shouldn't that like set off your alarm bells? Like, come on. There's like a pattern.
You would think.
An obvious like multi-decade pattern going on here.
The world is waking up and they're scared as shit of it.
Dude, this is like not even like conspiratorial.
YouTube,
it's so obvious.
These fools on YouTube talking about no. We can't have them talking with one another, letting each other know what's going on. No, we can't have that.
Right. You know what? They'll come after Discord next, probably.
You bet.
Still never answered the question about making the cages. Just saying.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
Trump. Oh yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up. Thank you for bringing that up, Gamerheart. At one point, Trump dropped it. I couldn't believe he did it. I could not believe he did it. He brought up.
Wait a minute. We just saw what was that? I like that drone bot. That drone bot really plugs in a lot of things that sometimes you'll miss. And one of those graphs that popped up through there was just showing like how much more the Obama administration had deported people, arrested people, and all that.
Right.
Those
were all built.
The Trump administration, which relaxed a lot of those things, and still while increasing border security at the same time. So I thought that was really interesting.
Right, Trump. That was a great point, and I just want to throw out there that if you look into it, and there's a Huffington Post article that I'll link if
somebody
you want.
woke up for a bottle.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. There's a Huffington Post article about how there were literally tens of thousands of families every year during the Obama administration
that was one thing that
were
I
separated.
Thought was really interesting.
He must have me muted. He has me
to
muted.
To the brown and black votes.
Yeah, he was having trouble with muting people.
Do you have Drone Tech muted?
He's feeding a baby.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it can.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I just want to throw out there
He's holding the future of our country in his arms. You gotta cut him some slack.
Well, I just want to throw out there that it was they separated tens of thousands of families through deportation.
I only see 6 people here.
Oh, then you're not seeing everybody because there's
weird. I don't know.
Well,
what's
there's
happening.
like 12 people. Yeah, 11 people. I can count.
There's 6 people with video, but there are a bunch of other people.
Well, guys, hey, I'm gonna end the stream because we're starting to bleed people here. But I'm just gonna encourage people to come here to Discord and chat with us because we're gonna keep it going here in Discord. So just come over here and chat with us, and yeah,
keep it
going,
going,
guys. Keep it going. Yeah, let's keep talking. I'm gonna stream for a while.
Now we can get saucy because it's not on YouTube. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
No,
it's time to show tits and dicks. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
That's not happening.
Now.
That won't be happening. No.
Are we on a Zoom call? Is this a Zoom call? Is that off?
Yeah. If I stand up, you'll be disappointed to know I am wearing pants.
She's gonna stand up, and it's just gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this 20-year growing bush.
Tubing going on here.
Y'all will be disappointed.
No tubing. No tubing.
The video.
His name is gonna be a verb. No tubing. No tubing on the call.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a tubing Zoom call.
Oh, tug.
Let me mute the video real quick, just that way y'all can speak.
I already said. I said that earlier. I was like tubing. I'm about to tube all over.
You know what?